Hello and welcome to this lesson on frequency of maintenance. So, lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the frequency of maintenance on a range of different items. So, basically, the question is, how often do you maintain equipment? Now, equipment can range from anything from a set of shears, lawnmower, to something really complex you might find in a factory. So let's take something most people will be familiar with, and that is the motor vehicle or the car. So, how often do you maintain your car? If you had one, how often do you think you would maintain it? Do different cars need different intervals? What does it depend on? How often do you change your tyres, for instance? How often do you change the oil? So, let's have a look at that in a bit more depth. How often do you check the oil or check all the tyres? How often is the car serviced? So thinking about the oil, just the oil, because the car gets serviced, every year maybe? We'll get onto that in a minute. But what about the oil? How often do you check your oil? How often should you check it? Do you check it every day? Every journey? Every week? Every month? Or every year? Well, let's take a look at these and see which one is more suitable. So if we think about a car, it depends if you use it every day or not. If you use it every day, yeah, why not check it every day? But if you only use it to go down the shops, is that something? Is it wasted time? Well, it's never wasted time. However, we need to factor in maybe there's a cost to that. What about every journey? Again, how big are your journeys? So if you're only going down to the shops in the car, you're not going to check the oil once you get to the shops and then check it before you go to the next shop, for instance. What about every week? Well, that again is going to depend on how many miles you do every week. So if you only drive 30 miles a week going to the shops, then possibly that might be a good idea. Certainly if you were doing a commute of 500 miles a week, every week would be a good idea. What about every month? Maybe a bit long, but again, depends how often you use it. If you only use it one day a week, drive 30 miles a week, then every month is perfectly acceptable. What about every year? I'm guessing that's not acceptable at all. You might as well check it when it gets serviced then, if you're going to only check it every year. So when we so every journey would be ideal if we're doing long journeys. But as I said, if you're just popping down to the shops and you only checked it when you left the house, on the way home, you're not going to check it again. So, but every journey seems to be a good one. It's going to make sure that you've got the oil in the car for the journey. But who tells us when to check the oil? Well, we're talking about a car, so one of the bodies that look after our car, we could go and ask the AA, for instance. So what the AA say is, obviously your annual car service, your mechanical drain, your old oil, but what it says here, check the oil yourself every few weeks, and especially on long journeys. So that's quite a good, it's not very precise, but it's a good tip. If we look at Castrol, who manufacture a lot of the oil that you find in your car, they say check your oil at least every couple of weeks or 1,000 miles. That's a bit more precise. And always before a long trip. So there's two different bodies telling us we should do it before a long trip. That's good advice. But who should we refer to tell us when we should actually check the oil in our car? So we're actually going to go to the manufacturer. So manufacturer, car I used to own. Here we've got the maintenance manual. Have a look in the maintenance manual, and it actually says check when refueling. So that's going to be a mileage based. The more miles you do, the more often you're going to fill up. So yeah, that makes sense. Check the oil when you fill up. What about service intervals then? So we looked at as maintenance. So that's how you check the oil in your car. But oil is just one thing. What about the wiper blades? What about the headlights? What about the tyres? What about the suspension? Brakes, for instance. When do you check all that? Well, generally that's done on your service, and your service will be indicated in your service manual at various intervals. Now, some of you older cars, it will just be a fixed interval, say 12,500 miles. However, some newer cars will tell you exactly when the car needs a service. It will tell you in 26 days that this car requires a service D. In an old BMWs I used to have, this little light would come up. The harder you drove the car, the quicker this interval would come up, and it would tell you exactly when to change the oil. Once you change the oil, you'd have to get the mechanic to click a switch to turn off that indicator and reset until the next service interval. So cars are getting cleverer and cleverer. The links to these pictures will be available in the notes. So here is a typical service interval for different models of cars. These are all in the Ford range. So having a look on here, we've got most of them 12-month intervals. And in the right hand side here it says 20,000 kilometers or 12,500 miles. And it's going to be whichever comes first. 12,500 miles you might do in 6 months, in which case that's when you get it serviced. However, if you only do 11,000 miles or 10,000 miles in a year, you should still get the car serviced every the 12-month point. That makes sure that everything's going to be running tickety-boo, and you'll be able to use the car for many years to come. So let's have a look at different equipment you might find in and around the workplace. So this type of conveyor belt might be found in a manufacturing environment. This one is by a company called Vevor, and it can be found on their website. This will be in the notes below. Having a look at this now, it's actually not very long. It's about 2 meters long. It's got a vinyl roller, the vinyl top. There's guardrails. There's a single motor, and that's freestanding. Obviously, it needs to be powered by electricity. So, what kind of things might go wrong? One of the main one, we've got the motor. Try and overload it, and it might burn out. This one in particular, it says high performance, but it's actually, if you look at the details on it, it's 1/4 meter per minute, which means it's going to take for that 2 meters, it's going to take 2 minutes to get from one end of the conveyor to the other. So it goes very, very slowly. And maybe that's all you need that motor for. You don't want to over specify a really big motor if you're only going to be using or moving small parts very slowly. But do you think there'll be any parts available for this? Will you be able to service this motor? Is it any bigger than the one you'd find in your lawnmower, for instance? In fact, it's probably a lot smaller than the one you find in your lawnmower. So other things in the factory and warehouses. So other things we can see. We've got things like lifting chains or hoist chains. How often do they get serviced? What are the service items on here? Do they need to be tested? Does it need to be inspected every year, every 1,000 hours? You'd have to look at the manufacturer's specification for that one. What about a pallet truck? These are found in every kind of anywhere you've got to move equipment. It's a health and safety manual handling device or mechanical handling device. So very, very important that it's working and it's been serviced. What service items are there on here? Who will be doing the maintenance? How long will it take? And what about something a bit bigger? What about the forklift truck? Is it electric? What can run out on it? It doesn't do an annual, it hasn't got an MOT, it doesn't go on the road, for instance, so it doesn't need to get MOT'd. But there's lots of things on a forklift truck that need servicing. There's an electric motor, there's tyres, there's actuators, there's chains, there's all sorts that need to be serviced and maintained to keep this vital piece of equipment from working in the workplace. So, to summarise, maintenance checks need to be carried out at different intervals based on their type, use, and most importantly, how often the manufacturer specifies. So this could be hourly, daily, weekly, per hours run, or per miles driven. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.